What's up, everybody? And welcome to this very special edition. I went real close to the mic there. Sorry about that, everyone. Of the TNR Sports Show. My name's Trenton. That is Ryan. Say what's up, Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
You're seeing this live and in color on a Thursday night. Not live and in color, but it will be in color. We're gonna now that football season has come to a end, quote unquote. The regular season, at least, we are in the postseason. But as the regular season has come to an end, we will be doing things.
Right. Correct.
We will be doing different upload days. I'm not even going to have that video in the upload system. It comes out when it comes out. Some videos are going to come out on Thursday. Some episodes of the pod are coming out Mondays. I think we're going to try to stick to Mondays. We'll see how that goes. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the progression of TNR. Possibly on Friday, maybe I'll sit down and do like a visionary discussion with the audience about where I expect the podcast to go, but maybe not. I don't know. Because I'm not sure even where the podcast is going. So I'm waiting to see kind of in that direction. So please like and subscribe. There's some absurd amount who watches this video are not subscribed to the channel. I actually don't believe that. I believe majority of our viewers are subscribed. So thank you for liking and subscribing. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching and giving us your time of day. I do appreciate it. Ryan, let's get into the recruiting rankings. Let's get into the recruiting. Recruiting. All right, here we go. What do you want to talk about first? You want to go? Let's go through the rankings.
Okay.
We are using Rivals as it is a great, unbiased, and correct website. Unlike ESPN, who is a fraudulent website. They get paid for clicks. Rivals does things because they're right and they're honest and they're true.
Yes. I think Rivals normally gets their picks right in terms of talent, getting talent correct. So we're going to Rivals. Now to clarify today, today being Wednesday, December 15th, was early National Signing Day. So the classes aren't finalized completely, but they are mostly finalized. Correct. February will be when they are officially finalized.
I believe they have 3 days: today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday.
Most of it is finalized. Majority of recruits, I would say 75% of recruits have committed or signed, whatever, today. So on that note, Alabama, according to Rivals, is the #1 football class right now.
Woo!
They added some big recruits. 1 5-star.
Wow, Nick Saban sucks.
But 24 stars.
That's insane.
That's absolutely insane. One of which is unfortunately one of our former favorite players.
Oh, Jihad
Campbell. He switches commitment to Alabama. It's very sad, but it is.
People in Alabama are gonna have a hard time with that name. Not pronouncing it though, that'll be easy, but they're gonna.
They're gonna
no, they probably won't.
If you're on the Alabama football team, they love you no matter what.
The opinion, I don't even think half of them, probably more than that, don't even realize what that word means. So it'll be meaningless to them.
Maybe
that's just a weird name.
Weird name. All right, sir. Young
this
man.
Guy name's Jihad.
Roll Tide.
Hey, Roll Tide. Yeah, I'm an Alabama fan. I'm a big supporter of Jihad and all that sort of stuff.
Big fan.
I'm a big fan of Jihad. I think it needs to be implemented all over the SEC.
Through our school and everything. Second in the class is Texas A&M. Texas A&M had a great signing day. They have, according to this, 2 5-star recruits and as well 24-star recruits. I'm not even sure really why they're below Alabama. I think they should be a problem, to be perfectly honest.
Oh my God, they have more recruits. They have more 4 3-stars, the same amount of 4 stars, and 1 extra 5-star.
I don't really get it. I think Bama might.
They're actually tied if you look at the points they had. Other than they got a little more points. Rival gave them more points. I don't know why, but the average is exactly the same.
I honestly, I really don't get it.
It's probably because maybe someone if you look at the 4-star list, everybody's a 4-star, right? But this 4-star is better than this 4-star. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably based off of that. Probably. You do both have 24 stars, but
Yeah, there's some like 247 Sports says Texas A&M has the highest recruiting class right now. So
I think ESPN even had A&M.
I think they do too.
Either
Number
they're like
3 is Georgia. Georgia has 5 5-star recruits.
Kirby rolling out the cars, dude.
Absolutely ridiculous. They have 14,
Shout out to Kirby Smart rolling out the car
4-star
dealerships.
recruits.
Let's
That's absolutely
go.
insane. Georgia is recruiting at a crazy
Party
level.
in Athens, Georgia. Everybody get a car. You 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 know, Ryan, they say the nicest car lot in America is at the Alabama football practice facility. That's a fact.
I believe it. I mean, Nick Saban owns 3 car dealerships.
Exactly. It's rigged. It's always rigged, but now there's even more rigged.
Now you can do it. Yeah.
Speaking of rigging, the number 4 team.
Number 4 team is Texas. I don't really know how they did this.
They signed 27 people. That's a lot.
27 people. One is a 5-star recruit.
What do you mean you don't know how?
I mean, paid.
Well, we know how.
They paid.
They're paying the players now. They're all paying the players. People are getting mad at these coaches who get paid millions of dollars to coach these players, and they're getting mad because the coaches are whining and complaining about these players getting paid. And Lane Kiffin said it really good today. You know, I don't really like Lane Kiffin. I hate Ole Miss. I think they're scumbag university. I think he's do everything bad that can happen to somebody. Oh, I shouldn't say that, Lord forgive me. I think he's do everything that bad that can happen to somebody who's a millionaire. But he made a good point today. He was like, there are no contracts here, right? So it's not like you come to Tejas and you get to sign this $1 million contract. It's not like that. You are promised, right? These are promises. And, you know, Texas, on one hand, they're promising Texas kids millions and millions and millions. But are they really going to get millions and millions?
Have you ever watched the Pony Express documentary?
Yeah, a while back.
About SMU?
Yeah, a while back. It's been a couple of years.
There was one funny thing where Texas A&M bought what was that player, that running back for SMU?
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson. Texas A&M bought him a car. And so Eric Dickerson thought, oh my gosh, they bought me a car. I need to commit to Texas A&M. So he committed to Texas A&M as a recruit, a high school recruit. But he didn't want to go to Texas A&M. He hated Texas A&M. So he called the coaches at SMU and said, hey, I don't want to go to Texas A&M. I want to go to SMU. But I got this car. I don't know what to do. And so the SMU coaches were like, I mean, it's not a contract. They gave you a car. They can't prove they gave you a car. You know, that'd be cheating. You just come on over. So he got a car for free from Texas A&M Booster and went to SMU.
Hey, what are you gonna do, man?
College football's
a dirty game.
If you think it was happening, it's not
really
a
guarantee. No. Yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, Texas.
Texas
fourth.
4.
Fifth.
Fifth is Ohio State. They have 2 5-star recruits and 14 4-star recruits.
Wow.
They didn't really have a good signing day. Honestly, everything that they currently have was already kind of figured out. They actually had 1 5-star recruit flip to Texas. That's Texas's 1 5-star recruit.
Yeah.
So, get on Texas.
That Quentin Ewers effect.
Yeah, and that's not even including him in there either, because that's transfer. So Quentin Ewers is not a part of these rankings either. That's the top 5. Yeah, I'll just run through the rest of the top 10, and then we'll get to the teams that we care about. 6 is Penn State. 7 is Notre Dame.
And a big cluster of like those eastern teams: Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame.
Michigan's at 8. North Carolina.
Wow, that was surprising. 9. 2 5-stars there.
2 5-stars, both for Clemson targets that went to UNC. Maybe a sign of things to come.
Mac Brown's old as dirt and probably still more flexible than Dabo Swinney is. All right, continue.
Great. And 10 is Kentucky. Surprisingly, Kentucky.
I don't think it's too surprising. I think they're changed. They've changed the situation in there, and Lexington is just not the same as they used to be.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
Good for them. I mean, good for Kentucky. Yeah. The highest ranked recruiting class of the 4 teams that we follow between Oklahoma, Clemson, South Carolina, and Arkansas is the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas came in at number 12. They have 6 4-star recruits, very good,
Yes.
and 13 3-star recruits for a total of 21 recruits. You know, very good for Arkansas, number 12 in the country. That's very respectable.
Yeah,
Obviously, a very good thing to build on.
I was listening to Pit Boss today, and he was like, "Well, I'm not satisfied with it, but we're happy and we're going to move forward." And I think every year he talked about a couple of moments from this year that made a big difference. He said being ranked number 8, having college game day at Georgia was a big deal, even though they lost the game in very terrible fashion. He said it was still a big deal that week and going up to it and having that national game. And he also gave a lot of credit to Barry Odom and Traylon Burks, who I think deserve credit for turning around an abysmally bad Arkansas defense. It shows that there's a culture to be had there. And then Traylon Burks is amazing season at Arkansas this year, one of the best wide receivers in the country.
Mm.
Showed a lot of people that first of all that Arkansas has somebody who can throw him the ball, which obviously we do. And then it also shows that we have a steady offensive line that they can run behind and play action, and they can get some caliber stuff going on this year. So I think that was a big deal for us.
Yeah.
Um,
And when Clemson started their runs, into building towards national championships, that's where their classes were top 15, 15 to 10 is where they were. So
I don't think we're
Arkansas is
gonna
on
be
their way to
no.
building something very good if they can keep their
I
coaches.
don't think we're gonna be no. Yeah, Arkansas recruiting rankings. These recruiting rankings are so like, and their rivals I think has us 15th. I think ESPN had us 19th. One of the rankings had us 25th. So I think everything's relative. I think when you
Yeah.
look at about it, if you wanted like a legit like balance, I would say probably 14th or 15th.
Yeah.
If you wanted to average it out or something like that. But I do think we had a good overall recruiting class. If we stay at 12, let's say it was at 12, and that's just what it's at, it'll be the highest rated Arkansas recruiting class in history. Actually, if it's anything lower than 17, it'll be the highest rated Arkansas class in history. So let's just do Arkansas now, and we just get Arkansas, and then we can move on to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Arkansas's 2 top recruits. One is on the defensive side of the ball, and one is on the offensive side of the ball. So kind of got a little balance there.
Yeah.
The top Arkansas commit is Miles Rouser, who's a 4-star defensive back.
Ooh.
So that'll be a big help to the Razorbacks. He's actually a very highly rated defensive back. He's not bottom line 4-star by any means. He's above that, but he's also not a top rated 4-star. He's a 4-star, which is a very talented person. And then you also got from Fayetteville, Arkansas, so hometown boy, 4-star wide receiver, and I believe he flipped his commitment from Oregon. I think it was Oregon, if I remember right. Isaiah Saitna. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But that's a big pickup for the Arkansas Razorbacks, getting someone to throw to. Honestly, I can see Isaiah getting a decent amount of play time. Obviously, going.
Yeah, we are losing like 4 wide receivers. We don't have a lot of wide receiver depth.
Yeah, you're adding Jaden Hazelwood,
which is big.
He'll be your top receiver by far.
Yeah, he will be.
You got a lot of young receivers coming in, obviously, who may need a year to develop, and that's kind of generally what you see.
And we already have a couple on the bench that
Yeah. So I think Isaiah is the one that has the most promise to see the field as a starter, and if not a starter, meaningful minutes as a backup.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Trenton, on kind of what you see in this class, and any thoughts in general in Arkansas?
So yeah, I've got a couple opinions. I think it's good. I think he's on the rise. I think Arkansas is on the rise. I'm pretty happy about the future trajectory of the program. Pitt Boss also said today, Sam Pittman said today that he plans on losing no coordinators this year, which would be massive. It said something he's kept him up in a cold sweat about recently, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna lose any at all, which is big for us.
Big.
And I'm pretty happy about that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with everything. We've got a lot of guys coming back. It was announced yesterday that Jalen Catalan was coming back. The rumor is that Joe Fouché for Arkansas, our senior safety, is going to come back for his super senior year and do one more run with the Arkansas Razorbacks. And also linebacker Bumper Pool is going to come back and possibly and do his
The big one.
Fouché and Bumper Pool are thinking about coming back for a senior year run around. So, those are two big moments for us. If we can get those back, we can really solidify ourselves as a good team and one that develops players well. I think there was always a big jump from 2020 to 2021 with the development of the players. Obviously, COVID had hampered a lot of that, but I thought I was very impressed with Pittman's staff. Also, one last note about this before we move on to Oklahoma. Pitt boss announced today, and this is one of the craziest things I ever heard. You signed 22 people. It's looking like maybe 23, 24 at the end of when it's all said and done. 17 of these people that signed today will be in Arkansas in January. 17.
Yep.
It's historically ranking blows out any Arkansas record ever for them joining midseason. He said it's one of the biggest deals he's had in a long time with these recruits. Gives them spring ball and extra time over the spring to weightlift, train, learn the playbook, get involved in the culture. I think Arkansas's highest was 4 before we're coming in. So a lot of these people are graduating now and coming to Arkansas. 17 of them actually could, and that was his low number. He said it might be more. He's not sure just at this time. And that obviously doesn't include the transfers who will be there. And
they'll be there.
Yeah, Hazelwood.
They're probably there now, honestly.
Yeah. So
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah. Good progression for the Hogs. Hopefully some future games for them. We'll see if they can overtake Alabama.
Yeah. Hey, we almost did.
Hey,
we're only a touchdown away from beating them.
You got them at home this upcoming year.
Bring on the Tide, Alabama. Hope that guy, that Alabama player, that's so good. What's his name? Oh God, I always forget. Will something. No, the Alabama defensive player.
Will Anderson.
He is. A lot is said about Alabama, and a lot about said about, and I don't think their defense is that good, to be honest with you. Will Anderson is by far. I know this is going to sound like kind of controversial because Aiden Smith from Michigan is very good. Will Anderson, even though it's kind of goes understated, he is the best defensive player in this country, and it's not close. Well, it's close, but it's not that close. He is very good. I hope he leaves to go to the NFL.
Me too. I think Jordan Davis is close, but in terms of stats, it's not even a competition.
Jordan Davis' problem is he's worthless on passing downs. He's very good on running downs.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Davis all season until that SEC championship game rolled around. Because Alabama was passing the ball over him. I was sitting there watching Jordan Davis, and they turned CBS put the camera on him, and he didn't have any pushback on the passing down. And Jerry Daniels was like, he's out of breath. He can't do nothing. And I was like, that's just not good.
Him too. They pulled him because he was so tired.
I was like, that's just not good, dude. You got to do better than that. I mean, you can, here or there. I think Will Anderson, he had tougher offensive lines to go against, tougher competition. He had to go against LSU. I preached the SEC West on this program 100 times, and Aiden Smith did do it in big games. He had a big impact in Michigan State, Penn State, and Ohio State. But the fact remains, I still think Will Anderson better than.
I agree.
All right. Anyway, that ends Arkansas recruiting. Woo, pig. All right, you want to move over to the Sooners of Oklahoma?
Yep. Oklahoma finished today with the 14th.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
And it wasn't great.
Oh
but
my God,
honestly,
terrible
compared to where it was when Brent Venables left.
I'm just kidding. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll take it.
To be 14th. I mean, Arkansas, when Sam Pittman came off of his, actually was a miracle. I think we were 27th in the country. That's like a miracle. I think Ole Miss was like 88th, and I think Mississippi State was like 100th or something like that. So that's how it goes sometimes. But I think Arkansas, not Arkansas. I think Oklahoma, considering the amount of time that he had to be in there, which was none. He probably didn't even see his family for 2 weeks. Probably didn't even know they existed.
And Oklahoma is offering a lot to transfers right now. I already seen 2 scholarships go out to a quarterback and a defensive lineman.
Ooh,
But
what quarterback?
we're talking recruiting. What'd you say?
Well, quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback.
No,
He'll be a
what
backup.
quarterback? What is his name?
Oh, what quarterback? The Akron quarterback. He's a 4-star guy, apparently. He'd be a backup.
I guess they probably need a backup. Do y'all have someone behind Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Who?
Micah Bowens. He transferred from Penn State last year.
Isn't he good?
Yeah.
Do
Backup.
you think now that Lincoln Riley's gone, and we'd have Brent Venables back in here, maybe the Bob Stoops days comes back, and we can see Oklahoma have these stupid quarterbacks come back? God, that'd be so funny. Like that one that I found out was still in the NFL as a tight end. What's his name?
Oh, Blake Bell.
Oh my God. If they could bring a Blake Bell clone in here, that would just that'd be
Pretty
great.
funny. I don't think so. I mean, we've already recruited our first quarterback, and that was Nick Evers, 4-star guy. He's part of this class, so he'll be there.
Well, why do you need the Akron guy at this point?
I mean, he'll be this guy probably gonna be redshirt.
Oh my God. Yeah, Brent Venables is sweating, thinking Caleb Williams is going to transfer somewhere.
Hey, hold on. But with Jeff Levy, I don't think that's going to happen. But
yeah, Jeff probably hasn't recruited at all and just has talked to Caleb Williams every day for 2 weeks. Hey man, what's going on? How you doing? Watching every movie makes. Hey, it's me, Jeff Levy. How you doing?
Yeah. But Oklahoma finished today with 11 4-star recruits and 4 3-star recruits. The best recruit that Oklahoma got was Gavin Sawchuk, who's a 4-star running back. Not only was he the highest rated player on Oklahoma's recruiting class, but Oklahoma is going to be very short in terms of depth at running back. We're not sure if Kennedy Brooks is going to be coming back for his last year of eligibility. He has the opportunity. More than welcome to. We would love it if he came back, but I think he's going to the NFL. And then the starter will probably be Eric Gray, who transferred from Tennessee last year. Didn't do very well this year. So Gavin Sawchuk, huge pickup for the Oklahoma Sooners. And then on the defensive side of the ball, the biggest pickup we have is Gentry Williams, who is a defensive back out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's also a 4-star rated defensive back. Big pickup. When you look at their recruiting class, a lot of tight ends, a lot of linebackers, a lot of offensive linemen, just kind of not the sexiest of classes. The running back is sexy, and we got one quarterback, got a 4-star rated quarterback and a 4-star rated wide receiver, but not the sexiest class. But obviously, after Lincoln Riley kind of screwed us,
right,
it's good. It's as good as it's going to get.
I'm happy. Yeah, you should be happy as an Oklahoma fan.
I'm very happy, and I know that we're going to get some good transfers in here. So I think Oklahoma. I mean, obviously, this next year is going to be a rebuilding year. I don't think they're going to the Big 12. I think Baylor's going to win the Big 12 again.
I think Texas is going to win it. Texas is back, folks. Quentin Ewers.
I will not say Texas is back until they actually.
Quentin Ewers to the moon. I
don't think he's going to start.
Who's going to start?
Probably going to be the same guys last year.
No, that guy sucks.
Pretty well.
They were terrible. They were awful. They had the best running back in the country by far, and they did nothing. They had the best running back in the country, and it wasn't close, and Arkansas shut them down.
All I'm saying is
Oklahoma shut them down.
Texas isn't back until Texas actually is back.
No, Quint Ewers is back.
Until I see Texas win a Big 12 championship.
So, speaking of Tejas, what do you think about the Quinn Ewers? Why do you say Quentin Ewers? What is his name? Is it Quinn Ewers?
It's just Quinn.
Oh, it's Quinn. So what do you think about the highway robbery he pulled off? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So everybody's saying he left high school early. He couldn't play in Texas. So what he was doing is, as the top-rated recruit in the country, he was like, I'll go to Ohio State for a year, make $1 million, and then transfer back to Texas to make more money. Yep. He knew, I guess, he wasn't going to start.
I think it's I think it's worrisome, honestly.
Yeah, what a greedy
You know,
guy that kid is.
you don't want to play your
Greedy.
senior year of high school and get better before you go to Texas. Instead, you just go to Ohio State, ride the bench, don't even throw one pass in a game.
I think he threw one, didn't he?
If he did, it may have been one pass, but even then, one pass. Come on. And then he got over.
I don't even think he dressed out majority of the games, actually.
No, he was third string quarterback. We didn't back him. You know, it's worrisome that all this happened just so he could make $1 million.
$1 million.
And then, $1 million. And then now he's like, oh, well, let's go back to Texas. If I'm Texas.
Oh, man, that's a scumbag school. They don't give a fuck. They're happy.
If I'm the Texas quarterback,
yeah.
Because Sarkisian got out, like they drafted.
Texas is all into it, dude. They don't care at all.
They love it.
Oh, Steve Sarkisian's grimy, his grubby little fingers.
Like Sarkisian found his guy. He recruited Malik Murphy. He's a part of the Texas recruiting class, 4-star guy out of California. Really good quarterback, like very good quarterback. He recruited him because they didn't get Quinn Ewers. And so now this guy is signed, and now Quinn Ewers is going to take his spot. And it's just stupid.
Sad. He should have signed today. He should have came to Arkansas.
He probably should have. But
or Oklahoma.
I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it doesn't give me a lot of good character vibes from Quinn Ewers. We'll see how he does in the locker room.
He's a big kombucha fan.
He is.
I'm
not sure how big kombucha is in Texas, though.
All right, let's move off. Let's move off Oklahoma here, and then we move on.
All right.
To the University of South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina fans are going to be very happy about this. They have a higher recruiting class than Clemson, according to rivals.
According to rivals, if we switch over to 24/7,
who disagree, and
I think 24/7 disagrees.
The main reason that South Carolina has a higher recruiting class ranking is because they have more recruits. South Carolina has 4 4-star recruits.
Oh.
And 14 3-star recruits. And this isn't including the transfers. We'll get into the transfers in a second. So South Carolina's main recruits, their biggest recruits, I guess you could say, are, let me pull up real quick. Keenan Nelson, who's a 4-star defensive back. On the defensive side, big, good defensive back, much needed for South Carolina.
As we all know that too.
And on the offensive side of the ball, they got depending on the recruiting service, it depends on what they will say on the offensive side of the ball. Who's the best South Carolina recruit? Rivals is saying Landon Sampson, so I'm going to go with Landon. Others are saying their quarterback recruit. I gotta find his name down here.
That
Braden
4-star.
Davis.
I did notice they signed a couple 4-stars, a wide receiver 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that today.
Landon Sampson. Yeah. He's out of Texas. So, good. He's a 4-star wide receiver recruit.
Great move by him to leave Texas for the concrete jungle of Columbia, South Carolina, the highest murder capital in South Carolina.
Former teammate of Quinn Ewers, high school teammate.
Yeah, he's gonna have the bomb Spencer Rattler thrown into him. This is a very.
He's gonna have a kombucha.
Oh my gosh, there's so many Twitter spaces going on right now. Sorry. Yeah, he's gonna have kombucha. Him and whatchamacallit. Who do you think? So Spencer Rattler transferred. Oklahoma continues to screw Clemson, and Spencer Rattler, which probably, to be honest with you, he probably would have went there anyway if Stinking Lincoln didn't leave, because of the fact that he was going to transfer.
He was going to transfer. Austin Stogner would have transferred, but
it's all here or there at this point. But so this guy, Spencer Rattler, transfers to South Carolina. Who do you think in Columbia is going to sponsor him as an NIL athlete? Bojangles?
Bojangles is all aboard that Clemson train.
Dr. Pepper?
They got DJ.
Oh, DJ dropped him, I thought.
Apparently he's back with them now.
Oh, he revitalized this season, so he's like, all right, yeah, let's get it going again for 2022. We're gonna run it back, and then he's gonna get benched by for Klubnick or whatever his name is.
Yeah, probably. I don't know who Carolina's gonna. I mean, obviously he's going to get some NIL deal.
I'm trying to think of
Um,
one big business in Columbia that would support them, though. The Sportsman Warehouse is big. Oh my God, I
and
can't
there
wait
were
to
some
South.
car dealerships that sponsored Rattler and Norman, and he got a couple cars out of it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you get a
Something
couple
like car
cars.
dealership or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you get a couple cars. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah, you think he'll own a home there?
I'd
Like
imagine so.
some
I mean, he's already got a
sponsored by
lot of money.
Carolina One Realty.
Yeah.
Get him a house. I
I
think
mean,
you
he's
need
got
to buy your
money.
house to Carolina One Realty.
He's got money. He'll probably just rent a house. He won't be here more than a year.
That's true. Throw a couple parties, have a good time. What are you gonna do? All right. What else about South Carolina?
So yeah, I wanted to get into transfer. Spencer Rattler, former 5-star recruit from Oklahoma coming in. And then also Austin Stogner, former 4-star tight end.
Shout
And
out
you
to
get two,
Stinking Lincoln screwing
right,
us.
two really big pickups. Shane Beamer's also going after a former 5-star wide receiver, Theo Weiss out of Oklahoma as well.
I
A lot of
wonder
people are
where
saying
he's crystal ball to.
he's not crystal balled right now, but anywhere.
You think he just
Um,
is like, whatever, I'll figure it out when I figure it out?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying he probably will go to South Carolina because of Rattler, because Shane Beamer is there. He knows those people. Um,
I guess that kind of does
time
make sense.
time will tell. You know, I mean, you never know. I mean,
Maybe he'll come
Hazelwood
back
went
to
to Arkansas.
Oklahoma.
He could.
It's
We would
true.
love it. We need it.
Hazelwood went to Arkansas because of the fact that his old high school coach is now the running backs coach or something at Arkansas
That helps.
or some kind of coach.
Yeah.
That's why Jaden Hazelwood came to Arkansas. Jimmy Smith is
Mm,
his name. So
yeah. But I mean, overall, it's a good class for South Carolina. I'm sure they're probably going to try and get some more transfers, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They need help there. Um, However, from what I'm looking at, you got 21 total recruits. All of them are quality 4 3-star recruits. I'm looking at it right now. I'm seeing a lot of defensive players and linemen, even offensive linemen. I think that's a good boost for them. I think Carolina needs that. So it'll be really interesting to see, in the future. I think Landon Sampson will probably be a starter right out the gate, a wide receiver. That's just my thoughts personally.
sure.
But hey, good class for
Of course he
Carolina.
will be. They suck. They have nobody there. They have only wide. Josh Van was their only good wide receiver all year.
Yeah,
South
exactly.
Carolina, I have said it. I have, I'm not typically a big South Carolina guy, but I have said it over and over again, and I truly do believe this. This was a miraculous coaching job by Shane Beamer.
It was.
Out of all the years that I've watched South Carolina, this was by far, and it's not close, the worst team I've ever seen them have. It is terrible. They had no quarterback. They had no offensive line. Their wide receivers were bad. Their defense sucked. Their defensive line was okay, and their cornerbacks were okay. They were all bad. It was all bad. And he managed to go 6-6 with, I don't know what's going to happen. Who are they playing in a bowl game? In the Birmingham Bowl?
North Carolina.
Oh, they're playing North Carolina in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God! I just want Mac Brown to win, so when they dump they're gonna dump that Duke's Mayo on him. He might have a heart attack on the field. I'm telling you, that Duke's Mayo might send him into cardiac arrest. It's gonna be devastating. Do we know if Sam Howell's gonna be playing that game?
He is.
God, what a guy! I would draft him if it was an NFL team. Yeah, what a warrior that
First round draft pick, I think he's going to be.
Yeah, what a warrior. Most of those quarterbacks, other than if you're like, you listen, I get Matt Corral. I hate Matt Corral. He is on the list with Joe Burrow as my top. He's one of those dudes that wants to think, oh, I'm a humble, hardworking guy. But really, he's all cool. I mean, if Ole Miss was going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Matt Corral's not playing. But the fact that they're going to the Sugar Bowl, it's a big game. He's going to play to make himself look good. You know what I mean? What a scumbag he is. Oh, I'm glad Arkansas had that 6-interception game against him. He beat us this year, but we'll get him back Ole Miss next year. They're going to suck. Oh, God. I don't know. I'm just rattling off. So every time I get South Carolina, I get rattled up against any team I don't like.
Do. Well, let's move away from the SEC. Let's go to the ACC. All right. Let's talk about the Clemson Tigers. According to Rivals, Clemson is the 29th ranked recruiting class.
Oh, that's
Others
tough.
have them higher at like 17.
Let me see where
whatever,
24/7 has them at 16.
16.
24/7 has them above Arkansas and South Carolina.
Mm.
Also, I would like to point out before Ryan goes on, today was a big day for the Gunn family as Clemson signed Robert Gunn, Ryan's first cousin. I don't know
Second
if
cousin
that's
once removed.
is that true? Oh God. Well, we have no way of proving that. Y'all kind of look alike.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's
I
a
mean,
handsome guy. Hope he's 18.
Thank you.
Not you. Well,
Yeah,
Robert Gunn. Maybe
thank you.
is Ryan's cousin. So shout out to him. I believe he's a kicker / punter. What is he?
Kicker, yeah.
He's a kicker.
But
So
it doesn't matter because we got BT Potter coming back in their year.
well, yeah, this guy can get plenty of experience, Gunn, and then we can start him once Potter's gone.
Yeah, there
BT
you go.
Potter, weird looking guy. Look him
Weird
up.
looking guy.
Yeah, weird looking
looking guy.
guy. Also, could be better kicker. I think he kind of
He
is
had
not as
one
good as.
bad game. He had one.
No, his range is so poor though.
50
Arkansas
yards. That's
has
a
a
college kicker. That's fine.
Arkansas has a better kicker than he does. and
Yeah,
he's a
probably.
freshman.
But like, it's not like BT Potter's not going pro. But 50 yards.
Oh, BT Potter's going pro now.
You think?
Yeah. Some sucker of an NFL team will sign him.
Yeah.
Now, kickers, the thing I've learned about the NFL recently is they all suck. The NFL, it's good talent-wise on wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line's good, cornerbacks, safeties. And there's two positions I've learned in the NFL that it's very hard to play. Kicker, for some reason, college kickers can go out here and kick these crazy field goals and then immediately go to the NFL and be awful. And I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. And then on the flip side of that, quarterback. Apparently, there's no good quarterbacks ever in in the NFL. They all suck. There's Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady,
Justin
Kyler
Herbert's
Murray,
doing pretty
maybe.
good. Who?
Kyler Murray,
He's killing it right now.
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, yeah. This is Stafford.
But-
Justin Herbert's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I don't want to go on a big tangent about these NFL quarterbacks, but now everybody's calling out Baker. He might suck. Lamar Jackson, bad. Joe Burrow's good. Big Ben's dead. Daniel Jones is bad. Dak Prescott, is he even that good? You know what I mean? Zach Wilson, people are bashing him. Anyway, my point is hard to play those positions. Kicker, undervalued position in the NFL. Return. I want to talk about Clay Klubnick.
Yeah, he is
Cade or Clade?
Cade.
Okay, Cade. I call him
Cade
Clade.
Klubnick. So yeah, Cade Klubnick. So Clemson has 1 5-star recruit, which is Cade Klubnick, which we'll get to in a second, and then 8 4-star recruits and 2 3-star recruits. So 13 total recruits. Very small. Clemson's going to hit the transfer portal. They're already kind of working on it. Thank God. Cade Klubnick.
I don't know what happened to them this time. They had a couple decommits. Jihad, 2 more, I believe.
Keon Sabb and Dalen Everett. Sabb went to Michigan.
Were those 5-star or 4-star recruits?
Everett was 5, Jihad was 5, and then Keon was a 4.
Freaking not out of all the stinking Lincoln drama, I think Clemson losing Jihad was the biggest loss out of everybody.
They really need, not only just because of the name, but also because he's
I
incredible.
thought they have a pretty good defensive line, don't they?
Clemson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Jihad played?
Yeah, but they're about to all graduate.
You don't think they're going to come back?
I mean, Clemson will have a starting defensive line, but they will have no depth.
What about KJ Henry? They're saying he's going to come back. That's the rumor.
He's coming back. Xavier Thomas is gone.
Do you think so? I think Xavier Thomas is coming. Oh, they already did?
Yeah, he said it. Yeah.
Oh,
said today.
man. Where's he going? NFL?
Bro, yeah.
He sucks.
I mean, your defensive ends, you have Miles Murphy.
He did not, this ain't Xavier Thomas bashing Sesh. He did not live up to the potential that we thought he was going to.
But we still have Miles Murphy. You have KJ Henry.
Brian Brzee.
He'll be, yep. Tyler Davis probably come back, maybe. I don't know.
KJ Henry, is he actually coming back? I heard he might. I heard he might not.
He might. It's not
official yet.
Not official. The problem with Clemson. So Clemson will have a starting lineup that is playoff worthy. When you look at Clemson's starting lineup for next year, it's
Boy, if they have
worthy of
injuries,
going to the playoff.
yeah. If they have injuries like they did this year, it's all but a crime for them next year.
Exactly. And that's the problem is Clemson has no depth. They've lost all their depth. They've had several transfers, mainly on the offensive side of the ball, all of them backups. This recruiting class is very small and was really needed for the defense to reload. The defense will have their starters. We already know who the starters are. It's not a problem. It's the backups. It's the next starters are coming in. That's the issue, and that's what Dabo and now Wes Goodwin, the new defensive coordinator, needs to figure out.
What do you think's going on over there? What do you think their issue is? You think losing the coordinators affected it that much? Because it seems, even though they lost 3, it seems like it affected them more.
So
it seems like a bigger problem than it actually, than Clemson actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I don't think this class was ever meant to be that big. Offensively, we haven't missed a beat recruiting at all. They've gotten all but one recruit that they wanted. All of them.
See, what the problem with that is, so you lose Tony Elliott and you lose Brent Venables. And I truly do believe this. You lose Brent. Brent is the face of that defense. He's on the sidelines. He's going crazy. Yeah. He's got a pullback guy. Tony Elliott is replaceable. I think it's good for him. I think he's a smart guy. I think he is also kind of stupid, but I think he'll be fine. And I think he waited his time. He's done. Tony Elliott and his new guy, Streeter, they're bringing in, I think that's his name.
He's been there forever, though.
Yeah, exactly. There is going to be absolutely probably no difference between the two. I mean, the plays might be called a little different. It's not like Brandon Streeter, and my opinion, is better or worse than Tony Elliott. I don't think he's probably about the same, to be honest with you. I think there's going to be no difference between going from Tony Elliott to Brandon Streeter.
And we've already seen Brandon Streeter be the offensive coordinator at Clemson when Tony Elliott had COVID last year. So, we've seen it. Anywho, defensively, you're right, though. Losing Brent, you lost 3 crucial players. Honestly, if those 3 players had stayed committed, I wouldn't be worried as much. I think there were still some needs that they needed to get ahead, and I think they probably could have recruited those guys had Brent stayed. They promote Wes Goodwin as a defensive coordinator. He's the main defensive coordinator, and I think he's going to do a good job. However, he's not sexy. You're not going to bring him in and be like, well, all these players are like, oh, I know who that guy is. He has amazing defense. I'm going to go play Clemson now. No one knows who he is. That's kind of the problem. It doesn't mean he's not going to do bad. I think he's going to do great. However, now you got to start building that trust in these recruits, saying, hey, this guy can coach. This guy can get you to the NFL. Come to Clemson. Play defense for us. And I think they're going to have to hit the transfer portal a little bit. They said they're going to try to keep recruiting the guys who are still available. See if that gets anywhere. Hope so. But, right now, you're bringing in mostly everything that you need. Offensively, everything you need, I think. Besides maybe a running back. You probably need one more running back. But they're still recruiting Trevor Etienne, Travis's younger brother.
He hasn't signed anywhere?
He hasn't signed anywhere. He's going to make his decision January 8th.
Oh, he's going to wait till after Christmas. What do you think? What are we thinking?
It's between Clemson
and LSU.
LSU, yeah.
Well, I'll be, gosh darn it. I swear, me as Brian Kelly, if old Travis 18, nothing come over to good old Baton Rouge, sign with the good old LSU Tigers. Oh, I do declare, I will be severely disappointed, sir, if you do not sign with the good old LSU Tigers, because we're a moderate organization here with a solid team who is caring about football. There you go. That was my Brian Kelly impersonation.
That's pretty good.
Let me know what you think in the comment section below.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You want to just round out the rest of the Clemson news and then we'll wrap it up?
Well, I wanted to say, Kate Klubnick is the big recruit for Clemson, 5-star quarterback.
Great guy. Looks like a great guy.
Looks like a nice guy. Yeah, he'll probably compete with DJ for the starting position. I think DJ will start the first few games at least.
You got a big what's that guy's name? The guy who sucks. Who got replaced by Trevor. What was his name? Oh my God.
Kelly Bryant.
He is garbage.
Kelly Bryant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him? Selling cars somewhere
I
or
think he's in
something?
the CFL now.
He sucks.
Canadian.
The Canadian
And then the
Football
second
League.
best recruit on the defensive side is Jaden Lucas for some say 4-star, some say 5-star. Defensive back out of Malden, South Carolina. But yes, it's good, all around good recruiting class. Need more of them. And then, for Clemson, they were promoted Brandon Streeter to offensive coordinator after Tony Elliott left for Virginia. Brandon Streeter has been offensive coordinator at Richmond before coming to Clemson. He's been the quarterback coach at Clemson ever since, coaching Sean Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Kelly Bryant. And then they promoted defensive coordinators. Wes Goodwin, he's the main defensive coordinator, and then co-defensive coordinator Mickey Kahn.
Tony Khan's grandson.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But Kahn has been the safeties coach since 2017. Before that, he was a head coach at Grayson High School in Georgia, won a couple of state championships there. Goodwin is kind of different. He was a grad assistant at Mississippi State. Then he became a defensive assistant at Clemson until from 09 to 14. Then he went to the NFL and was assistant to the head coach under Bruce Arians with the Cardinals from 15 to 17. Then he returned to Clemson and has been there ever since. Apparently, he's a defensive genius. Bruce Arians and Dabo Swinney think so. It gives me hope. I think he's going to be great. From what everyone, if a Super Bowl winning head coach and a guy who's won 2 national championships in college football saying he's going to be fantastic, tells me he's going to be fantastic, I believe it. Trent, what do you think?
I think that's all well and good. One thing I think you should have mentioned, and we'll talk about it afterwards, is Dabo in his press conference yesterday announced that the get back guy that held Brett Venables back is gone. I believe he's going to Virginia. He's not even going home.
Virginia, yeah.
That's crazy. I think he's going to be like some kind of offensive guy or something up there. Or a defensive guy.
Yeah, he's going to Virginia.
He's going to hold back the offenses they're going to face. How'd Virginia do on the offensive recruiting rankings? Probably really bad. They just hired that guy, didn't they?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's Virginia.
Oh, my God. I don't even see them on here. USC, terrible.
They're 86.
He signed 6 people? What are you doing, stinking Lincoln? Freaking Army signed 66? What are they doing?
Jeez. Yeah, Virginia is 85th on this.
No, Army signed 1 3-star.
Hey, good for them.
Army had to sign a whole new football team because they're all getting deployed in the military. Louisiana Tech, man, look at them. Oh, Virginia's 85th. They have 9 total recruits, 8 3-stars.
Yeah. We should probably also mention Travis Hunter.
Who's that? The South Carolina dude who decommitted?
No, the Florida State guy.
Okay. Sorry, unnecessary shot at South Carolina there. I'm looking at any type of opportunity I can get.
We can talk about that too. You want?
No, not really. No, that was funny. Did you hear his mom in the background when the coach was like, "Go Tips," and she was like, "That's way better than saying go Cax."
Right.
It's true. Yeah. Let's talk about it. So the number 1 recruit in the country, what's his name? Jackson Hunter. Travis Hunter. Yeah. Committed to Florida State for who knows how long, probably a while.
Over a year at least.
Today decided to change that. On signing day, decided to change that to Jackson State University to go coach with Deion Sanders. And the consequences of that have been extremely hilarious. Today, so let me break this down for the people who don't understand what I'm about to say. I'm going to break this down very simply, and I'm going to break down every second of it. So there's an app called Twitter. So on this Twitter app, you tweet, right? You tweet out 160 word tweets, whatever. Well, they also came up with this feature called Twitter Spaces. And what happens is a bunch of people from around Twitter can all join in this space to talk about on almost like a radio setting, anything they want to talk about. So that's Twitter Spaces. Most people are going to know what I'm talking about, but the people who don't, that's what that is. So the Florida State fans, after this news broke, created a Twitter space called Fire Mike Norvell with over 2,000 Florida State fans raging in the comments, raging in this space about how Mike Norvell was trash and they should have fired him and Deion Sanders. And now it has been reported, not reported, it seems pretty obvious that Florida State's not happy with Deion Sanders right now. There was noted that they were burning several Deion Sanders jerseys and such of that nature today. Ryan, what are your thoughts on the situation?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to go from a decent program in Florida State to an FCS program. Obviously, the lure of Deion Sanders and the money that he's going to be paid was the lure to go to Jackson State. And when Deion goes off to another head coaching job, probably in 1 year, Travis Hunter will probably go with him, whether that be Florida State or elsewhere. I think it's crazy. This has never ever been seen in the history of college football. Like this never happened ever. So Jackson State's going to be loaded next year. I would be shocked if they don't go undefeated. If they don't go undefeated, I'd be very disappointed in Jackson State. What was the rumor trending that there was like Barstool paid him or something like that?
Yeah, that apparently is not true. I looked
Not
into
true.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, the guy, the Barstool, I watched the Barstool people talk about it. They could be lying, but I doubt it. They're like, okay, so Barstool is owned by a gambling company, Penn National Gaming. It is illegal for gambling companies to pay athletes for obvious reasons.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so
I'm sure there's some money involved in this somehow.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the pitch there, like you said before,
way.
was like, I think the pitch that you kind of told me today was accurate, where you said, like, Deion Sanders will probably hit the road to Florida State in a couple of years, and that guy will just transfer you over. Because they're not going to stay at Jack. I get it, man. I get it. And I don't want to sound like an antagonistic force here. And I do believe it's good what he's doing there. But I feel overall, it's Deion Sanders, right? Deion Sanders is the name. Jackson State is just a place where it's at and where it's happening. Deion Sanders is what's happening there. You know what I mean? It's not Jackson State. It's not Jackson State pulling these people in. It's Deion Sanders. And, he's going to get a big job somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be. Funny enough, in that recruiting cycle, Arkansas actually interviewed Deion Sanders. I don't know. I don't think there was mutual interest there to move forward. But little fun fact for you. So, I think it's a big deal. It's good for the
It's going to be interesting to see
sure.
what happens. Apparently, he's getting some.
They're by far one of the best teams in all of college. They on FCS. They need to add them to the playoff. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, it's like some with the historic.
I get it, man. History is important, but this is a historical moment right here, and that you're gonna pass on. You're gonna regret it. It's a lot of money involved too.
They're gonna murder South Carolina State in the Celebration Bowl weekend. It's happening this week in my life.
How many bowl games? Do we have any bowl games coming up this weekend that I need to be aware of?
We do.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. We end the show.
All right. You just want to talk about the bowl?
Yeah. Whichever one's coming up. Yeah.
All right. Celebration Bowl
before Monday.
Okay, before Monday. All right, December 17th, this Friday. Okay. Middle Tennessee will be playing Toledo. Toledo is favored by 10.
What a groundbreaking game. What bowl was that by chance? Do you know? I'll look it up because I like the names, of course.
Yeah. And then while you're looking that up, Northern Illinois is playing Coastal Carolina, our Chanticleers. Coastal is favored by 10 as well.
I think one of the shocking things about one of the most shocking things about the whatchamacallit, if I can get the words out of my brain, one of the most shocking things about this coaching cycle is that Jamie Chadwell didn't go anywhere. That is shocking. Yeah. As good as he's been.
So Middle Tennessee and Toledo are playing in the Bahamas Bowl. And then Northern Illinois and Coastal Carolina are playing in the Tail Greeter Cure
Mm-hmm.
Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving on,
Dang,
Saturday,
the Bahamas Bowl.
Bahamas Bowl.
Oh, we're gonna be able to watch that at work. That's gonna be at noon.
That'd be
Oh
fun.
my God, we can turn that on and be like, we're in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we gotta bring in Mai Tais. We're gonna bring in nachos, chips,
Hawaiian
guacamole.
shirts.
What else they got going there? The Bahamas are a tourist trap anyway. So what do they got going on now?
Yeah.
Coconut rums. Oh my God, we're gonna bring it all in. That's gonna be a fun day. All right, go ahead.
Saturday, December 18th, Western Carolina is playing Appalachian State
Ooh.
in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. All right.
Oh, okay, cool. Another Florida Bowl. That's
UTEP is playing Fresno State in the PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl. Very interesting.
If I was Jack here, I would transfer based on the fact that Fresno State went to that bowl.
All right.
I think that's worth transferring.
UAB is playing BYU in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
That's a shame. That's a shame for BYU. As good of a season
it is. They should have done a better bowl.
They got to join a conference. I guess they are.
They are, but
that's terrible.
Eastern Michigan's playing Liberty in the Lending Tree Bowl.
Ooh, Abijah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl.
Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Utah State and Oregon State. What a game.
Oh my God, awesome.
There'll be no fans. That stadium's going to be empty. It's the LA Rams Stadium.
The SoFi Stadium?
Yeah.
You never know. Oregon State might be like, yeah.
It's going to be empty. We don't know.
RL Carriers.
Louisiana Lafayette is playing Marshall in the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl.
Oh, the last game before whatchamacallit.
And then lastly,
actually, that coach is gone, right? He's not. Billy Napier's not coaching the bowl game. I don't think.
No,
we don't have to do.
And lastly,
we don't have to do Mondays.
No, we're not. And lastly, the Celebration Bowl is between South Carolina State and Jackson State on December 18th as well.
Oh my God! Wow.
There you go.
Oh wow, that's crazy! Crazy. How exciting is that? The Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, yeah! Kimmel Bowl. All right, I'm announcing now there will be a party at my place, Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. If you could find it, good luck. I will be having a big party.
All right.
You coming?
Yeah.
For the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl alone. You know, there is a little Saturday NFL football this week.
There is, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there is. Wow.
All right. Well, that's the end of the episode. Monday, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. This is kind of our big week. We'll probably keep prepping these bowls. Once January rolls around, I kind of want to, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. So we'll see. Kind of Monday will just be a fluid show. We'll kind of get to it when we get to it. I'll cross that bridge when I cross it. But I want to thank everybody for watching the episode, watching the show. I do appreciate everybody's hard work and dedication of watching this hour-long slog of me and Ryan talking recruiting. But this was a pretty good recruiting breakdown. I was pretty happy. Let me know if you have another team you want us to cover in the comments. Comment it below. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me how your day's going. That Tennessee fan that we had hasn't been talking to us too much. Tennessee guy, what are you doing, buddy? We talked about your team today. Y'all had a great recruiting class. You were 11th. We were one away from us actually mentioning you. We skipped you. We went from Kentucky to Arkansas, which was 12th. So Tennessee's recruiting class, very good. So shout out to that guy wherever he is.
Good.
Shout out to Droopy Face. What's that guy? The coach for Droopy Face, old Droopy Face. That's what they call him. The coach for Tennessee. What's his name?
Oh, Josh Hupel.
Yeah, they call him Droopy Face because he got a droopy looking face.
All right.
You know, Sam Pittman has lost a lot of weight. Speaking of fat people.
Well, that's good for him.
Yeah, he's like, he goes on walks. Him and Barry Odom walk around Fayetteville all day. Well, not all day, but in the morning, you know. Him and Barry Odom go for a jog, walk in the morning every day. So Sam Pittman, yeah. So good for Sam Pittman. Good for Dabo Sweeney. Going to be taking the Oakland Raiders head coaching job here soon. And that'd be funny. I think he would have done it, but then he's probably watched Urban's fiasco down there in old Jacksonville, and he's probably not into it. He's probably like, holy crap, they're tearing that guy apart. Could you imagine Dabo
Nuts.
Sweeney, the God-fearing Dabo Sweeney over there in freaking Las Vegas, the godless place,
Oh my gosh.
the
He would
city
hate
of
it
sin?
there. He would hate it.
They'd hate him too. They hate Dabo Sweeney. I saw a tweet today. It was funny. They hate him for some reason, man, because he was going off about the NIL stuff, in the transfer portal, and he was like,
Everyone is.
yeah, and they were like, "Pig bash Dabo," but then when other people complain about it, they don't say a peep.
Yeah, I saw
Lane
Ryan
Kiffin
Day.
and Mike Leach went on like 20-minute rants about it.
Yeah.
And no one said a word.
Ryan Day did too.
Yeah, they're all Ryan Day. Yeah, I loved Urban Meyer's quote about him. What was it? Some people are born on third base and thought they hit a triple or something like that. Oh, that's
Jim
master.
Harbaugh's, yeah.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh, not Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, you think he's coming back to college? He's got to get fired right this season. I think
he's just done coaching. And no college wants him anymore.
Oh God, no! You're joking, right? Oh my God, Texas would fire Steve Sarkisian tomorrow. Urban Meyer said, "Hey, I would like to come to Texas." Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah,
Texas would fire Steve Sarkisian tomorrow if Urban Meyer even hinted at coming to Texas. They would offer him a 10-year contract worth $400 million.
Oh, that is breaking news. You ready for this? Top defensive back transfer, Elias Ricks, is transferring to Alabama.
I was hoping to be arguing. That's not breaking news. That's depressing. I need a cigarette and a drink now.
That's the thing about signing day is just Alabama, Georgia, and A&M.
Nick Saban. Listen, man, I don't know what you want me to say. That was my first attempt at ever doing a Nick Saban voice. Had it sound.
Sound pretty good.
Thanks, man.
Very good.
Listen, these Alabama fans are crazy. All right. Y'all have a good episode. Get a good. Oh my God. My brain has been all right. I had a massive headache coming in. The ibuprofen I took are helping though. I want to thank everybody for listening and watching this podcast. I really do mean it. I want to thank Ryan for sitting there and dealing with me the whole time. Thanks for doing all the work and getting all the notes ready. I want to thank our fans. I hope you enjoyed this recruiting day episode. I will see you all probably on Friday. I'm thinking about doing something on Friday, maybe a NFL day. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Also, we're going to do college basketball. You'll see. All right. The end of the episode. Bye.
Bye.